Hey everybody, it is Friday. We're going to jump into another best of one Throne of Eldraine draft. It's our last gold-based entry available, so Monday we'll probably switch back to gems, maybe best of three, but today's going to be best of one off this 5,000 gold entry. And we'll try and build our free-to-play gem count up towards the 20k mark. That would be great. Before we do, though, I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom. Card Kingdom are purveyors of tabletop Magic gear, everything you could need for that, whether the cards themselves or everything to support it. And you can find all that stuff at cardkingdom.com. And I use Card Kingdom all the time, so I have no problem recommending them. And I love their business practices and their philosophy about business. They of course, are in business, but they want to give back to their community, which is demonstrated by the charity tournament I'm in, being run by Card Kingdom right now. I'm going to put a link up for the stream viewers, and also for you YouTube viewers, there's a link to donate in the information, in the details about this video. So if you want to go donate for the cause, that would be awesome. And one of the things that this event is about, besides giving sick kids a camp experience that they will remember for always, is we are doing a thing where at the end of this, on October 27th, we're going to, 16 of us who are participating in this event are going to battle with modern decks. But we don't get to build any modern deck. We can only use cards from the 4 sets that we draft and end up with. And our current 3 sets are M11, Dominaria, and War of the Spark. The 4th draft is today, and because of the kind donations of those of you who've contributed, and thank you to everyone who has, we actually have 5th place, 5th pick out of 16, so thank you so much. Yeah, I had to increase my goal yesterday because I hit my, they suggested a goal of 2,000. I'm like, I'm not sure I can hit that, so I put it at 1,000, but we hit it. We hit my 1,000 goal, so I upped it back to their recommendation of 2,000. We'll see if we can make 2,000 before the end of this event. But what we have to do today, with your help and with Jay Schneider's help when he comes on later to do Constructed with us, is basically stack rank the remaining picks for our top 5, and then we'll be guaranteed to get at least our 5th pick when the draft rolls around in a few hours. So I'm going to show you on screen right now the current situation. So hold on one second. We'll go left monitor here. I'm going to turn off chat for a sec so you can see the, I'm going to try to, so you can better see what's available. And this is what's left to choose from, and it's a really interesting list. So the bottom rows were only added in for this draft, but the, Guild Pact, Conflux, Betrayers, and Rivals were all left over from the last draft, and really Conflux is super interesting to me. I don't know if it's like our first pick, but it should probably be on our list somewhere. So we have, with M11, we have Birds of Paradise, Llanowar Elves, Cultivate, and if we took Conflux, we would get Path to Exile and Noble Hierarch, and we could go into a total Bant Super Friends deck because we have War of the Spark. So tons of awesome Planeswalkers there, obviously. So, Bant Ramp Super Friends is a path we could go if we went Conflux. But obviously in this final round, there's just some heavy hitters here. You've got Worldwake. Woo! Worldwake, hard to pass up from power level. Future Sight has a bunch of modern classics in it. Of course, Modern Horizons itself, chock full of power. Innistrad gets you Liliana and Snapcaster. What else do we like here? A lot of powerful stuff artifact-wise, and like Mirrodin. Morningtide has some power. Don't think we'll be taking Dragon's Maze. Not exactly the most powerful set ever, but there's Scars. There's a lot of good stuff in Scars too. A lot of power left on board, and we got to figure out what our top 5 are. I mean, we even got Dissension and Guild Pact if we want to get shock lands, but I don't want to worry too much about lands, especially if we end up in a kind of base green Bant fixing ramp deck. Like, we don't need to worry about the sweet lands in any given set. I want to worry about sweet spells. So anyway, thought I'd give you an update there. For those of you early birds here at the beginning of the draft, you can, maybe actually I have a link to this in online that I'll post now. And so if you want to do some studying while I play, oops, let's go. You can do that here. So hold on one second. Let me get that link. If there's a mod who wants to make a bot command to bring up this link, that's fine too. But here's a copy of the draft board from which we get at least our 5th pick from there. I now check with chat. Looks like some questions. Buckeye's asking about the 2 Teferis. Yeah, that's why I was thinking Bant though. Like, I mean, we could just be blue-white control too. Like, we could get if we were lucky enough to get World Wake, we'd have Jace and Jace the Mind Sculptor and the creature lands. The blue-white creature land is really good in that one. I don't think we're going to end up with World Wake though. That now that Stoneford Mystic is unbanned too, like if somehow World Wake makes it to us 5th, I think that should be our first pick, because that would really blow up the ability to do blue-white control. I think we get to use like, imagine if the modern card, like imagine modern, it's modern with the modern ban list and modern deck construction rules, except instead of all the sets in modern, you only get the 4 you chose. So it's not like you get one of each from those sets. It's just that the card pool for this modern is the 4 sets that you've chosen. Yeah. And it's a really fun event. I'm having fun kind of puzzling this through, but 5th pick is locked in. We are locked in. They're not going to change it now. But we got a nice push. We were at like 14th or something. Maybe, no, not 14th, more like 12th. I think we were like at 12th yesterday, and then I made a big social media push for some donations, and it worked, and we got up to 5th, so that's pretty great. Well, the trouble is, it's not about what I'm willing to do to myself to beat Prof. It's about how big your megaphone is. And let's just say the professor has a much larger megaphone than me. But yeah, well, the trouble is now it's like I should have I should have offered to shave my beard or whatever earlier, and then it would have affected this pick. Now that we're locked in, I'm not sure I want to give up my facial hair just for the kid. But I don't know. We can put a price on it. We can put a price on it. I mean, it's just a beard. I could shave it back. I mean, grow it back. Well, make me an offer, Mama. let's talk. Shave the beard back. That's like reverse time or whatever. Going back in time. Robert, good time zone to you. Anyway, that is what's going on there. Maybe I'll not have a beard by the end of this stream. I can, but I stuck around a little bit, but I not for a long time. So glad to know that Court of Calls was a good destination on the raid. That's nice. I don't know. Maybe it's just what round they were taken, but it doesn't really help given that it's not showing what was in there. So like, I think the X's are just what, maybe 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. Yeah, it's just which round. So brown was first round, green was second round. You may be on to me, Mama. Maybe on to me. All right. Enough of this. Let's get on with the actual draft. Yeah, we chose a core set first of our, and we could choose the same ones. We didn't draft core sets. We just chose core sets. Well, here we are. We've got a Secret Keeper that we have to take note of, mainly because it'll wheel. So if we want to set up to wheel Secret Keepers, we could start with Mirror Maid. I don't think we're ever going to play this, though. This doesn't seem good at all, except, you know, I could see this in Constructed, but this would be a gem pick, honestly, if we took it, which, you know, I'm into. Bake into the pie. Bake into a pie, I think, is your straight. Here, let me get into draft view too. Is the clear power pick. Adversary is very nice. So the things that jump out at me here are kind of in this order: bake into a pie, adversary, and tactician. And the only reason Secret Keeper isn't in that trio is that I expect it to wheel, which is kind of the problem of the bots right now. I'm gonna. This is just so unplayable. I'm gonna be undisciplined and take bake into a pie. I was undisciplined and took bake into a pie. Here's another bake into a pie, but there's also an epic downfall. So I think we just take the epic downfall here. We could also take Improbable Alliance, but I'm clearly terrible at piloting these decks and they break my brain, so I'm just gonna avoid that. We'll just take epic downfall. Now, if it was the right pick, I would take it. I just actually think Epic Downfall is clearly the right pick there. Here, I feel pushed a little into green, but we can take Runaway together if we want to hedge towards Blue-Black Mill. I don't think Cauldron is better than Pie just because it's colorless. We don't always even play Cauldrons or need them, so I appreciate the openness of the Cauldron, but I don't think it trumps the power level of Bake, especially since we love to be in black. Witch Stalker or Runaway together are the choices. I'm curious where I'll let chat vote on this one because Witch Stalker sends us in one direction. Runaway together is a hedge towards Mill, basically. So I can't go into Mill without you all forcing me to, but I will if you want to hedge towards Mill there. But I'll make this a 20-second poll for Run or Fierce. Oops, except I have to spell it right. Hold on, don't lose your vote because you do it too fast. Probably wheel the Curious Pair or the Witch here. If we end up with the Witch Stalker. Looks like Fierce Witch Stalker is pulling the votes. Oh, wow. We're all done with Mill, I guess. Here comes the influx of Secret Keepers to make you regret that, right? There, yep. It's not too late. We could, you could still hedge this direction. But Once in Future is great. Now I feel like I'm supposed to do this. Like that I'm silly if I'm not doing this. What's up, Rocket? Yeah, Buckeye, and they might both wheel is the thing. Although fourth pick is where they start to stop wheeling. In fact, you can take the Vision. Stay in the light, says Eagle. This is such a powerful strategy, though. Once in Future is good, Wujo, but we might be passing the best deck if we... I'm trying to listen to you. You're the one who tells me I marry my early picks too much, right? I mean, if this is the most powerful thing to do in the format right now because of the way the bots are set up, shouldn't we hedge towards that? Isn't that drafting the hard way? Isn't that what you want me to do, Wujo? Or do you just think this is the best? Man. You're somewhat at the mercy of the packs, Parker. Like, if you move in on Mill and then the cards don't show up, it's tough. Well, this isn't... How is this forcing Mill, Wujo? Forcing Mill is... All right, folks, we're about to start a draft. We're going to take blue cards no matter what and force Mill. This is trying to draft the hard way. Not forcing Mill, but okay, look. We'll do this and see how much I regret it. Lost Legion edges out Broom and Carver for me here. Although our mana intensity here is getting a little rough. Interesting. I actually like Curious Pair here better than the Paladin. Do you agree? Paladin is fine, but just kind of sits at 4, competing against amazing 4-drops that, like, look at our 4s. We're not going to add this to our 4s, right? We should just take the pair. We got a Reaper and a Transformation. That's a tough one. But I suppose Transformation is quasi-removal, and we're in black with a Bake into a Pie and an Epic Downfall, so we should just take Reaper. And here's a nice fruit to grab. Here's our wheeled Secret Keeper that we were expecting to see. We could take Fell the Pheasant. I don't know if we're maining it, but we might. It's decent with the food, and there's always flyers to hit, right? It seems like everybody's got flyers. I guess if you face another green-black deck, they're going to be pretty light on flyers. I don't think we want Tracker, though. Yeah, this is fair, because we can hedge the Secret Keeper if we get the other one right after this, then or soon after this. I guess in a couple picks, then we would kind of be forced into it. So yeah, I agree. I'm with Wujo here. This is a good time to hedge to Secret Keeper. Appetite goes with the food stuff, but if we do end up keeping secrets, we're going to really want this well. And here's the runaway to get... Ooh. All right, well, Tempting Witch just works with the... This is tough, because it's the next pick. We might get a Secret Keeper next pick. If we take a runaway together and get the Secret Keeper, we might just have to do it. But we could just take Witch and be safe. Yeah, Witch is fine in both decks, but Runaway together, I found, like, we talk about bad mill decks versus good mill decks. I think Runaway together is just a linchpin card in the mill deck, and one of the reasons it's so powerful is it's going pick 11, you know? I'm gonna take the Runaway and set up the mill hedge, and the cost is a Witch, which is significant. We really do want a Witch or two, but I think we can get a Witch later. I'm going to take Runaway, and if we get a Secret Keeper, it's a sign from the gods that it's a sign from Garfield that we're supposed to be evil. Ready? Here we go. Okay, no mill card here. We're going to take the Giant Skewer. Lovestruck Beast says, put thy mill aside and get it into the beast. It's somewhat fragile. Like, I think with Lovestruck Beast, you're hoping that you have other 1/1s or ways to make 1/1s. I don't think we have any yet, right? Just no natural 1/1s. They're just generally natural 1/1s just aren't very good, right? So it's almost like you can make an argument for Outmuscle Reeve Soul, probably Wheel the Forever Young, but we'll try the Beast. It's also gems, playable gems. Got to take that, right? Beanstalk Giant, excellent pickup here. Excited to see that. Yeah, Innkeeper definitely the best natural 1/1. There's also the adventure, the 1/1 for 1 in green that I didn't take at the end of pack 1. But here, Savvy Hunter versus Outmuscle. Again, I love Outmuscle. We've passed 1 already, but we are in black. So I want to take the Hunter, and we'll try and find more removal. Another Keeper there. We've got a Tempting Witch we can grab here. Cauldron's Gift is better in this format with all the mill going on. It's like mill opponents set you up to do this. But I think we just take a Witch now. Or a Sport. Well, we probably wheel that. I guess we take Witch. I think this ship has sailed. We're going to narrow in on black-green now. Barrow Witches, we only have... this is a night. We don't have a lot of night stuff going on. I don't like anything else here, though, is the thing. Guess now we can take a gift. I bet we don't end up running this, but we'll take it. Pick 6 here gives us a Sporecap Spider or a Tree Folk or a Swordmaster. Let's look at our curve too. Swordmaster wouldn't stink with our lack of 2s. Sporecap provides a useful foil against a certain kind of deck. And we still have room at 4 for the Tree Folk, 4 into 6. This is like this. Yeah, I think Tree Folk's the most powerful thing here. I was just making sure that for curve reasons, we didn't need a Swordmaster or a Spider. But I think given that we're not deep in 4s, we could take it. Wujo likes the 2-drop. I'm going to take Tree Folk, but I hear you, Wujo. I might regret this. Well, here's a 2-drop we can take, or we can grab more fruit. But frankly, with the color demands that we're already seeing here, Fierce Witchstalker, Bacon to a Pie, Lost Legion, I kind of like an egg for 2. It's food if we need it to chuck food or whatever, but it helps us fix if we're feeling color hosed. All right, Forever Young number 1, get in our deck. Forever Young number 2, Tree Folk Wield. Wish I'd known that was coming. I would follow Wujo's path towards the 2-drop. I think we just solidify our Forever Youngs here, though. I feel like if I don't take this, like we may end up with 3 more chances at a Forever Young or whatever. But if we don't, like if no other Forever Youngs come our way, we'll be sad that we only have 1. And they're so important right now. So I'm going to take the Forever Young to be sure we go into battle with 2 of them. Here's this Paladin that I'm not too happy with, and I'm just going to throw it in the board. Squire, probably not going to see play, but maybe we need 2s enough to run that. We'll see. I'm going to start Memory Theft in the board. Unlikely that... we have such a stacked deck right now that I don't think Memory is going to make it. Spyglass is not really playable and limited, but is some gems. But what is the cost? Wow, I think we take gems here. All this stuff is fairly replaceable and will not super impactful. Like we have 1 witch now. I don't even 1 or 2 witches is fine. So we're gonna take gems here. Let me see. We have this will be our 4th one of those. We have 1 rare, so we could go craft up a Spyglass to craft some gems today if we wanted. Outmuscle or Beanstalk number 2. Keep passing out muscles for tempting other cards. Maybe this is where we finally just take some removal. I mean, we haven't come up with any other removal so far besides the Epic Downfall and Bacon to a Pie that we started with. Yeah, Sorcerer's Broom is good with food, but it will wheel. Let me see what y'all think. I'm going to ask you on this one, and we'll go... but it's not going to be the broom, because we'll wheel the broom. The broom goes late, right? I've seen it go late. We're going to risk it going late, and the real choice here to me is Giant or Muscle. Oh, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, that's good. Giant Muscles would be great, but I think we only get 1 of these this draft. Or out of this pack, that is. Close one. Close one. Well, Big Green Idiot... It's kind of... The Fertile Footsteps is nice. Yeah, maybe I'll over... You might be right, though. Like, if we were splashing, I'd be... definitely more into this. It is ramping. It's close enough that I'm tempted to overrule and say Muscle here. Let me look at Curve again. Yeah, we're pretty low on 4s. I'm gonna override the vote here and take Muscle. I think our deck needs it a little bit more. It was a close one though. Super close. More Secret Keepers going by. We have an Acolyte, or we can just take another egg. Acolyte ramping to 5 doesn't really do anything. So Acolyte, where Acolyte is positioned as ramp isn't great. Same with the Beanstalk Giant, I guess. The egg might actually wheel. These have been wheeling. So yeah, I'll take Acolyte and see about maybe wheeling that egg. Another Reaper available to us. And it's the best card here for us, so we'll just snap it up. Late Bake. All right. Whee! Don't see main decking Shriek. I don't know if we're main decking. Like, I don't think we can run 2 Tree Folk and 2 Reaper, so we got to decide on that. But I think there's nothing else for us here other than uncommon Vault Progress, so I'm going to take the Tree Folk and then we'll figure it out. We might not want to, I should say, East. We'll talk about it. We'll see what slots in. Yeah, Lash isn't the worst versus those 4 toughness creatures, but we do have Fierce Witchstalker and Out Muscle, and if we run these Tree Folks, we'll get things to 4 power. I don't think we're going to ever run this here, but nothing else to take. Here's a Lash we can take and talk about. I can take Vault Progress too, but I'll take a Lash just in case we decide it's exactly what we want to do. Pick 9, the Witch Wheels. This was we gem drafted because there was good stuff that we expected to wheel, and here you go. Gingerbread Cabin. Maybe we're in Gingerbread Land. Got to see where our color split is. Secret Keeper. Cottage. 3rd, Forever Young. Do we play 3? Maybe. Broom didn't wheel. You're right. I've seen Broom wheeling, so I thought it might, but it did not. You're right. I'm going to skip turning this rare wild card into gems because it'll eventually turn into gems anyway based on the fact that we fill up our set. So I'm just going to let that go. Yeah, I wondered if the egg... We've seen the egg wheeling a bunch, but it didn't wheel there either, which is probably correct. Maybe they updated the bots there. Yeah, we might play 3. Question is, what are we cutting? We only have 3 cuts, so maybe we will. What are our worst cards here? Here, let me get into deck building view. This kind of goes here. These are almost like here. I guess we cut the gift. Although Reaper and Tree Folk in a against a mill meta, the Cauldron's gift does get pretty interesting. You know, 5/6 Reaper or a 7/6 Tree Folk is not the worst. Yeah, Razor is giving us the road not taken. I think it would have been fine. Yeah, I think we can cut a Forever Young. I just want to have 2. We don't need 3. And let's see what our numbers are here. You want to see this type of stats? What are our worst cards? Rosethorn's not really great here. I would put candidates as, although, let me see again, we're at 14 creatures. Yeah, we could even cut a creature if we wanted. Like, I think we want to run the egg. We have color demands. Although this helps with the color demands too, but I like draw a card, help with color demands. Oh, Squire is also on the block. I really like the Lost Legion. I think a 2/3 is decent, and the Scry is good. And I think we want to go ahead and have lots of late game power. Our 4s are a little busy, but Yeah, we don't exactly have the great combos for Skewer like a kitty. Let's get rid of the Skewer. I'm down with that. Although Skewer on Squire Skewer at least gets through those pesky 4 toughnesses. And then what do we want to do about these lands? And actually now I do see the argument for cutting the Legion. If we cut the Legion, we can be a little bit more green than black. And so I think I like cutting the cottage and upping the green. Oh wait, did it? Why did it? Like that? We're not doing a ton with food, but a couple of witches chucking apples to end the game is very real. But yeah, we're not exactly like just high food synergy or anything. You like a third Forever Young over a Legion? Ah, man, let's see what that does to the creature count. I'm with you though. Like, maybe it lets us go. If we do this, we can even probably go 10-7 with the egg and the rose thorn helping us get an early bacon to a pie going if we need to. So here we'll do something interesting with our basic lands for once. Maybe pick something new. Look at me spending all this time on flavor. Nah, I can't help it. I see Avon and I want him. You say our creature count is too low, but keep in mind that if we run this, we have 4 2-drops that cycle. So effectively, you can think of our deck as having 13 creatures in 36 cards rather than whatever creatures in 40. Yeah, I know. I'll fix the land. I'm just talking. Just that's what I was actually getting to this view for, because it's easier to fix the land from here. Oh, and I was talking about doing this if we cut the Legion. So that's our final decision here. I think we can do 10-7 to support the cabin if we cut the Legion. And we're probably not getting the Legion out super reliably on 3 anyway. So I think I like actually starting here. And man, let's take it to the mill decks. I know. 2x bake, but we have Golden Egg, Beanstalk Giant, and Rosethorn Acolyte. So if we have 3 extra ways to produce an extra black. So actually, you know, I want to do a quick bio break. I'm out of a beverage and could use a pit stop before I start. So I'm gonna maybe do a poll and go away for a minute. Oh, in fact, I'll make it a 30-second poll, and we're going to call it Legion or Young. And if you're voting Young, like basically, do you want Legion back in the deck? This is basically Legion or not Legion, but I'm going to do this and but basically consider all of the 3 sources of fixing we have beyond the 7 swamps. So we're not just on 7 black sources; we're on 7 plus 3 alternates. So given that, you let me know what you think of Legion versus Young, and I'll be right back. Y'all are no help. No, I think with that, I was thinking about it while I was away, and I really think that Legion, you're only happy if you can consistently cast this on turn 3. The thing about Bake into a Pie, yeah, it's black, but we're happy to cast this on turn 7 or whatever, so we have time to find our second black. I'm going to leave Legion out. Robert says, do we need a third Forever Young? Here's the thing. Mill decks, like, think of it this way. We're trying to combat mill decks, especially with Forever Young, and the thing with mill decks is, at the end of the game, how many cards have you seen in your hand and how many in your graveyard? It's like a third of your deck maybe has come to your hand. Like, what's a third of 4? You know, it's like, you know, yeah. So it's like you only get like 30% of your deck into your hand. The rest is going to your yard. We do have a once in future, which should be noted, because we can get back a Forever Young, but basically, by having 3 Forever Youngs and a once in future, we almost ensure, or we give ourselves great odds to actually have the Forever Young in hand against mill, as opposed to watching your 1 or 2 Forever Youngs happen to both get milled away, and then it's like you didn't have them in your deck at all. So I'm going to start here, and we're going to do some cycling of Forever Youngs maybe, but I love having the security against mill. So let's start here. Only 1 mill deck, says Robert. Lucky you. Yeah, this is best of 1. I'm going to update everything here. Oh, we didn't name it, though. What are we naming this thing? Mirror for the 3 Forever Youngs. Actually, we'll call it mirror. 3 mirrors, a little cagier. Capture this instead. Actually, also I'm going to do it this way. Let's look at what we didn't play. That's always a useful thing to show in your screenshots. What didn't we play? And actually, we'll even pop it out. I'll do it like this. All right. That's yesterday's record. We did go 7-1 with the mill deck yesterday. And everything else is right. I don't think I would do a Bob Dylan Forever Young, even though it would be my favorite Forever Young song of the possibilities. It just would fail to meet expectations of a Forever Young meme if it didn't include Alphaville or Rod Stewart. Ugh. I still don't think 7 wins is a particularly reasonable par, although, I mean, if you really think that the deck we had yesterday should just straight up win 7 times basically every time, I suppose you can do that. But here, we'll do a poll for this as well. Here's your par poll for this deck. Are we keeping this? We have a Forever Young to cycle. Opponent is going first. I'm so greedy now. I kind of want to keep this. We have so many green sources, and we're cycling and going second. I'm keeping. Simplicity says, no way to keep this. And look what I do. I keep it anyway. Aggro. Flyers are a big problem for us. We'll cycle here. Well, there's 4 of our 7 swamps. But see, it still kind of works out. We get to fruit and then reap. We'll find our green. All right, Oppo curving out is a little oppressive here, I must admit. But there's our green, and if we make the 1/1 here, it does nothing great for us. I kind of just want the fruit, and then, yeah, we could just drop the 5/5. We never get a 1/1 though. If we drop the 5/5 here, it's never attacking. All right, if we think that's important, I'll do it. It's never attacking though. I don't want to do forest into fruit and take the 2 when we're under aggro pressure. Too bad. We could have gotten the 1/1 and the 5/5 attacker, but it's okay. Here we're going to just reap while the reaping is possible. We're going to take another 3, though, go into 10. But then we have, we know we got a lot of food in this deck. What we need, though, is to find removal for the order. We're just going to lose to flyers. Like, one of our huge weaknesses is we ended up with nothing for flyers except hard removal, which is a rough place to be against flying. But I am going to get my value. Yeah, we had an opportunity to spider, and we passed on it, and then never really had another good opportunity. Esper, you say, Seta? Let's see. How about we fruit with adamant and have 2 colors available? That seems better than doing anything with tree folk. Hunter hopefully helps us survive next turn. We're going to eat this food this turn. Hope they don't have tricks or something that gives them a reason to attack into the Lovestruck Beast with their non-princesses and non-flyers. If they do, we'll be punished for my keep of a slow hand. But again, I just think this Order of Midnight, like if we don't kill that order soon, and part of our removal doesn't get it, like we need outmuscle. Oh my god! All right, well, we're screwed. They only had the 1 though. Oh, that's true. They only had 1 to do it with, and it's okay. Maybe we're not screwed. Countered the original, so it's all right. Curious Pair gets us some more food. Let's go Savvy Hunter and Curious Pair. And then we have enough left over to eat this turn. And 3 or greater, so we need a slightly smaller creature. That's funny. If we get the Curious Pair out, we'll finally stop the princess, but I like this move for now. We're going to have to beat this flyer by eating food every turn for the rest of the game. Probably tree folking onto Hunter so that it can get attacks in successfully, or at least make them really pay if they want to double block. Yeah, Outmuscle is would be a perfect draw. We need Outmuscle or one of our bakes, and then we can get rid of this order and stabilize. They're trying to go wide here, but they're going wide on the ground, so that's fine with me. I think we have the tools to... Huh. What is... Surprised they're not bringing back the unicorn to re-adventure. Well, maybe they're doing both. I guess they are. But why... They don't... It's a May, right? They don't even need to do that. I don't know what that got them. Right? Isn't it May? Oh, is this a May? Oh no, there's not a May. Okay, they just did what they had to do because it's not a May. But they could have brought back order though and gotten the other order. I'm surprised they didn't order for the order after combat. Well, then maybe attack in with something to kill it. I don't know. Like, attack in with a unicorn then. Let me eat it and then do it. Maybe I don't have a good line for Oppo on this one and I'm just talking, but feels like there was something better to do there. Seeing these two cards, it's tempting to be like, wait, are these in hand or exile? Okay, they're in exile. It can be hard to tell sometimes in an empty situation like that. We're gonna go Curious Pair to start blocking down low, and I guess we will Tree Folk. Ooh, if we Tree Folk, we can't eat food, but we're not dead. We could also just make a Reaper, just get big this turn. And then next turn we can do, well, if we put counters on the Hunter and attack, then yes, I think we would. We can also Tree Folk and pair, and we'll hang for a turn. Nothing to get back with that right now. Obviously, we can cycle it, but let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With 8 mana, I think we can make a Tree Folk, and then if they swing in with everything, we get to block with the Hunter, make food, and eat it. Yeah, we can get back the Hunter too. We can also make this even bigger with Tree Folk. But the trouble is they can just kind of take this, and then we're pretty undefended against this heavy go wide. I actually like just playing a Tree Folk out and having the mana to eat food if they attempt to get frisky on the ground. So I'm going to do this and play it defensively. This puts us at a... We will, if they go wide on the ground, yes, because then we get to block with the Hunter. Well, dead to Guide Mother, but yeah, I mean, what, like, we're playing against the top of their possible deck? That doesn't seem right. Now with 9, what can we do? Now we send in the Hunter, and then we can replay it. If we send in the Hunter, we spend 5 total, Forever Young plus Hunter mana to play it back down, and then with 4 left, we can Tree Folk it. And although the whole point here is to try and get food to eat, it doesn't need to be blocked. I mean, if they just let it go, that's fine. At least we get the food, and then we can go play a 7 and still have the food to eat. Well, what does counters on the Reaper really get us? But I think we probably do this just... Yeah, I'm starting to rope here. We can still take another hit here. They might be too wide for us now. But we still get... We're at a virtual 8, because if they attack, we get to block with Hunter. What is Oppo doing with the blue? Splashing... I don't want to lose to somebody splashing frickin' Opt, okay? Seta, don't splash Opt. Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar. Guylan, thank you. All right, I didn't do the math. I assume Oppo did, but we're gonna find out here. We go. Let's see. We gotta go. Probably let the princess go. We gotta go here. 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 And here. Then we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we get food that we can eat before damage. I think this is the right blocks. Oh man, they actually have a spell? Well, guess what? That don't work. Don't even need to put counters on the Hunter. So... we're definitely attacking with the Hunter. We need to start attacking on the ground, but now we can leave like these back. I guess we can attack with these two. And I don't want to put the this treefolk counters down yet. Let's start with this attack. Start trying to pressure Oppo. And I like dropping another Reaper with food-eaten mana. I don't feel like they need to... All right. We worked it out. But I think that was Oppo punting the game to us. But at least I did not lose to the person splashing Opt. Splashing Opt is not a good plan. I don't know what else they've got, but I just can't imagine that I mean, for starters, I would play an extra... We didn't see what else they might be splashing the blue for, but that was weird. Yeah, but if you handed Ben that deck and said, sorry, you got to play this one, I think he wins that game against us, yes. Yeah, Oppo had several moves that Dionysus would have been happy to record for posterity, if you know what I mean. Need any land, but then this hand is fantastic, so we're going to keep. No land, but we can go ahead and create our love interest. Come on, we need a land off the top. I'll even take the stupid tap land. Let LSV show us the error of our ways and give me the gingerbread house. I don't care. I just want land. Oh, there's the cabin. Ugh, the worst. We have the tools. We just need land. Not much to do here though. Not gonna do this for no reason. So no attacks and do what we can. Weapon rack in the mill deck. That's weird. Not now, Forever Young. Now we gotta decide. Yeah, but like cycling away your Forever Young against a mill deck is so awful. But we have another Forever Young and a once and future. So we're gonna risk it. We gotta find land, or we're just gonna be in bad shape. No, not like this. Reaper's not going to matter by the time we get there. I'm going to let that go. Oh, we have once and future in hand. Never mind. So yeah, we're already good on at least having once and future in hand. Well, yeah, AVB sees what they're doing with the weapon rack. Well, we have something to bake into a pie now. I think we just actually going to save some life here. Is it too early to chump? Take 7, go to 12. I think given that we're a couple turns away from being able to deal with the weapon rack, we gotta save some land here. Or save some damage, excuse me. Alright, we're on our way though. We need to do Beanstalk Giant or Rose Thorn to make sure that we are on 4 next turn. Beanstalk is the most reliable way to do that, although it just leaves this clean attack. They're going to have a clean attack anyway, though, so let's Beanstalk Giant. And be 100% that we're ready to bake next turn. See if we can't pull off the miracle stabilization here against the animated weapon rack. They're going to cast a 2/2 flyer now, probably, so we're taking at least 3 next turn. If they animate the Merfolk, even more. So, despite having removal now, we are still up against it, because they can attack for at least 6 next turn as is. Again, a big problem of our deck is lack of ability to deal with flyers. This Sleazy Griffin and the Animating Fairy are probably going to be enough. Like, we can't really eat food to match what's going on here, but ultimately the stumble we experienced early is going to cost us this game, I think. There's not much we can do, especially not drawing land there. Like, we felt way too far behind. Is there any hope here? We can Squire and Egg to get extra food down, and we're still just taking too much. Taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we just block the Jousting dummy. Yeah, all right. I don't think we can win this one. The Mana Stumble was too much. That was an amazing, classic Magic 2-lander, right? We're a 2-color deck, 1 of each land, and a beautiful looking opener, but then Variance has other things to say. Talking yesterday about the nuts and bolts spike attitude, where I'm not always successful. You all know I can get pretty salty, but when I'm my best self, I can fade losses like that, knowing that I made no mistakes. We did everything we could, and magic was magic, and that's what happened. We could open on Forest into Curious Pair, but then we probably strand the cabin We're going to keep, though. Let's start here. I'm going to go ahead and get our action going. We'll find a spot to either put this in tapped or get... if we happen to draw a bunch of green, a bunch of forests, we can actually make use of it. We could even do it here. Like, there's no huge need to get the Curious Pair going, but I'm going to go ahead and spend our mana while we can. Go ahead and use all our mana, because what we can do next turn is drop a swamp, cast the Acolyte, and then next turn after that, we should be able to find room to drop a cabin. Ah, but that's saying, hey, maybe, just maybe, you won't even need to do that. Well, I don't know if they're a mill yet. Doesn't seem like Noble isn't like a huge mill presence, but you don't need much, like, you don't need to be a dedicated mill to kind of do what we're talking about with the mill decks. Here, also, we can go ahead and get food out of the Foreboding Fruit and probably find our third forest as we do it to then actually make the cabin work. So I'm going to go for black here and adamant the Foreboding. We did not get our third forest, or fourth forest, really. This is a forest, but we'll play the Squire. Why not? Deck really teasing us with swamps. It's the worst draw in our deck right now. So, of course, coming in force. We could once in future. We only have the fruit, though, so we don't want to do that yet. I guess we're just playing the Witch and still holding out for getting food out of our cabin. Just make it look a little better, auto tap. A little more threatening. So, Ayara's good, but not busted or anything. I think we're going to be chucking a lot of fruit in this one unless they kill the Witch. Yeah, East, you're not wrong. As we said, we don't have much to do with food besides eat it or throw it. So, figure out which you're doing in the matchup and get on it, right? I know simplicity, but people don't always pay attention to that stuff. So I know it's a super sharp player is not going to do that. In fact, maybe when you do have tricks, you should manually tap sometimes. That's a reasonable... Simplicity makes a reasonable comment, but it also suggests a reasonable ploy, which is sometimes when you have the trick and an auto tap would do it correctly, go ahead and manual tap just to make them think you're representing. Then we get people like Simplicity thinking we don't have tricks. We can't throw food yet. Not going to eat it. All right. We haven't really seen mill from them. It seems mostly black with a little blue help, but not the worst to have Forever Young here. Not great, though. We're not really doing much now, but passing and throwing fruit. No good attacks. But on the presumption that this makes food, they're at a, they're at a virtual 10. Yeah, it looks like the broom is a missing piece that would have been pretty sweet here. I have seen the broom wheel, just didn't do it that time. Oppo, if you want to give us the game, I'll take it. Move on. I hope they're not having internet problems or life problems. But I also hope they're not just being time-wasty for no reason. They maybe ran to the bathroom or something. How much food though, East? I mean, they don't. You still need to continue to find something to sacrifice, right? Did they have a recurring food source? Yeah, this seems like someone who's having tech or life issues that are more pressing or important than this game of Magic. Wow, it's really giving them a chance to come back, though. Oh, I forgot to throw fruit. I don't think it'll matter in the long run, but I should have thrown it there. No reason not to. Now, kind of wanting to cycle the Forever Young. Let's do that. They don't seem very milly. Oh man, so a bot but not smart might be there listening to their clock wind down. Well, I hope the bot knows this link. Our opponent. I say the bot because they've named themselves that, but I hope our opponent knows this link. Let me get it for you. If you experience something like like what it seems Oppo is experiencing, report it to Wizards and they will take care of you. Or historically, they have taken care of people that it's happened to. Sorry, Oppo. Deck looks solid so far, but we didn't get to see how that was going to play out. We got 2 wins so far. We're 2-1 here. This deck feels very so shaky against flyers. I think it's a major flaw in the deck, and I really got to figure out. I got to prioritize spiders a little more or something. But the trouble is, spiders are so bad against non-flying. It's tough to feel like you have to include it main, but also it makes like maybe Bog Nasty or Bog Naughty is a higher pick than even I think in green black because it provides a flyer that can block. We did not take the fell. We don't have anything in here that specifically addresses flyers. Not a thing. Not that I remember. I'm checking since I can be wrong about these things, but yeah. Yeah, if we had a spider, I'd happily play it, knowing that sometimes it's going to be underwhelming because my Oppo doesn't really have flyers. But even a 5 toughness can do some work on the ground in the format. A lot of, 4 power. There's a lot of power-based and toughness-based inflection points, and 5 toughness is a pretty reasonable place to be. All right, we got a Forever Young in hand, so if we face Mill, we'll be ready for that, and this is all keepable. I could play the Swamp if we thought we might go Swamp, Fruit, but even if we went Swamp, we wouldn't play the Fruit, so I just dropped the the forest there. And here we're going to go ahead and cycle the Forever Young because we see a mountain. It's possible they're blue-white, a blue-red mill, but it's unusual, so I'm going to cycle. We could drop Hunter and start making food, even though it's crashing into a drawbridge. Or we can get going with the Beanstalk Giant. Interesting options here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and play Savvy Hunter. They can give stuff haste now, so actually having a 3/3 on defense isn't bad, given that they might drop a knight that they were wanting to haste up. They got a pretty full grip. I think I'm going to wait on the Reaper, and we're going to Beanstalk. Well, if we Beanstalk, we can't 2-spell. We could also... bake the drawbridge into a pie so that we can really start pressuring? Don't know if that feels right. Let's drop this. Why didn't I Beanstalk last turn? I thought I wanted to make some fruit. Or make some food. We could fruit. Yeah, we could fruit. That would be a way to go here. But we could Beanstalk and get towards double spell next turn. I'm going to do this at least. Yeah, we could draw cards. That'd be good to do. Start the engine going here. But I played the wrong land for that play. But we can, if we baked it into a... I'm just going to Beanstalk Giant then. Maybe not the best sequencing there from me. But we do kind of say, Beanstalk Giant's coming, what are you going to do about it? And we don't really have 2 spells next turn yet, right? We have a bunch of... We have a 3 and a bunch of 4s. Aha! Yeah, they could have given it haste and pinged us. Kind of want to hold the bacon to a pie up now, and because a lot of times oppos are trying to use tricks to increase the power of the Raging Red Cap, and we have instant speed removal and response. So what can we... Ooh, that's an interesting draw. Now we could just go Beast, make it big, draw... We could attack. Yeah, I kind of like attack. Maybe I don't. Yeah, do we want to wait and try to get this on the bake is what is a big question here. If we make a 1/1 human and then don't cast the Lovestruck Beast, it just telegraphs what we're up to. No, it's kind of cultural in the community now, Dan. I certainly didn't start Oppo. I have just adopted it. Yeah, we could Reaper their hand and then make a Lovestruck Beast. Is that actually good, though? I think we can Reaper him next turn. I'm going to say no attacks. I'm going to be really patient here. I think we're in a spot where we can get him with the bake. Because hopefully we block. Okay. Tough, tough, tough. We got Reapered before we got Reapered. I think we keep... We have to ditch fruit, I think, and then got to figure it out. We need the bake, so it's got to be one of these two. And I like Reapering them back, so I'm actually going to get rid of the beast here. We'll get a big creature on the ground soon enough. So the job that the beast was going to be doing as a 5/5 is going to be done by the giant soon enough. That's my thinking. Yeah, the reason I didn't want to make a 1/1 is that it tips my hand too much. But now we'll do this. Might not have signaled no tricks, just might have signaled that Oppo wanted to take a turn off of being aggressive to attack our hand while they still could. Huh. Two good cards, we made him pitch. And downfall... Maybe we just want to get this Trebuchet while we can, but we're going to just start wrecking. Trouble is, if they have like another Reaper, then we lose both of these. What if we go... I'm going to downfall the red cap. And then... Now there's a free attack. I mean, quote free. They can give something haste next turn, but I'm going to do it. Is the bottom line. And I don't want to draw yet, because if they do have another Reaper, I only want to give them the bake, and then we can draw before we untap. Also might need to eat food to handle pressure, depending on what they show us here. Looks like a knight incoming. Another red cap, all right. Not attacking, interesting. Okay. We'll go ahead and untap. We can double food at any time. All right, once in future... It's pretty nice for what it can get us back. Yeah, I don't know why Oppo's not doing the drawbridge thing. I'm going to draw, though, in case we find... I'm going to draw. Let's draw cards. All right, let's drop an egg. Maybe find land so we can set up these creatures soon. Nope. We got a witch, but we're gonna keep up bake and once in future. Although, yeah, I should have just I should have done black so that we had easy adamant for once in future. That was a little mistake. Yeah, East caught it. I was just doing the thing of spread my mana around without thinking about adamant. But if we have to, we can crack the egg. We really don't want to, though. But I have a feeling we're gonna be baking something into a pie here coming up. So I don't think it's going to matter, because I expect we're going to get a good bake target. I mean, heck, we might have to make Trebuchet our bake target if they don't do anything else here. Or say, you know, eventually this is going to be a problem too. but also bake. I want to bake before Once in Future because I want to get bake back with Once in Future. So I don't think we're ever casting Once in Future here because we want bake first. And in fact, we're going to get rid of Trebuchet now. And we'll get the bake back. Once in Future is sweet. Wow, they didn't tap it. Okay, thanks, Oppo. Now we got 7 mana. And we don't have well, actually, we let's see. We don't at 8 mana. We could Once in Future back our bake and then use it. But I think we're just gonna send the hunter, see what they got, and then yeah, make a big beanstalk giant. Seems good to me. Getting a lot of value out of hunter, even if they have some combo here to try and get us. We get card value out of it. Looks like they don't. And they may be saving removal exactly for this, but all right. If they do, we can Once in Future this, potentially. We've already drawn once, maybe twice. Anyway, there's no need to draw now, but we've been steadily drawing. Got their green splash. Rose Thorn, you say. No problem with that. All right, cool. I'm going to play this land because now we actually have Once in Future back our bake at instant speed as needed. And I don't know what this is, but I'm going to give us a chance to blow them out. Because if they double block the Savvy Hunter, we get them pretty good. They're not doing it, though. The deck has some strengths, but it has some weaknesses. We are super weak to flyers. The only way we have to solve flyers is eating enough food to race them or using our hard removal on them. So flyers are my biggest fear with this deck. We're going to go ahead and take the turn off, though, and go ahead and cast the Reaper here. We could draw cards. Also, see if there's something else we want to do, but Reaper's fine. So I think I'm just going to play Reaper. Where's Hat? Reaper's great. Yeah, we have great game against decks like that, but we're weak to certain decks. We have a good game against Mill. We got 3 Forever Youngs and a Once in Future. Yeah, I don't think we can really beat Blue-White Flyers with a reasonable draw. I mean, if Blue-White Flyers has a reasonable draw, it's tough for us to beat it. We'll keep this, and I'll be disciplined and just start on the Gingerbread Cabin. Unless we draw a forest, then I might get greedy. We'll see. Of course we drew a forest, just to test my greed, huh? What do you think? How greedy are you all? I'm going to go ahead and be greedy because we have a Acolyte on 3 now, no matter what. See? Y'all are terrible. I'm kidding. I'm just greedy. I think statistically it was a reasonable call on my part, though. Had some risk, of course, but never punished. This might punish us. We're going to have to outmuscle this quick, or it could get out of hand if they add to the board. Although, okay, good. They didn't add anything to the board. We're going to drop a swamp now in case we want to do something else. Do double black stuff next turn without having to tap our Acolyte. And then we're going to drop Acolyte. See how bold they are with Sir Farron given an Acolyte? Maybe they just kill it. They got red. Maybe they're going to burn it off the table here. Thrill of possibility. I was with you, Calamitous Waffle. I thought we were going to see that. We did not. Now I like... Well, we could just Tree Folk. Nah, I'm just going to make the Rosethorn big. We're going to have to take a hit from the Witchstalker, but I want this Hedgehammer dead. Hey, Tupperware. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Tupperware viewers. How you been? I could attack, but it doesn't actually do anything, so we're going to not attack. Oppo is pretty thrilled with their deck. Grumgully is nice. We're going to get big shortly. Between Tree Folk and then casting Tree Folks. Big into a pie, nice to have. Maybe we should just get rid of Grumgully while we can. Certainly some merit to that idea. But we're about to get very, very large, so I'm just going to stick with that plan, and let's get some, especially since they're tapped out. Do we want to bash, though? We're at 14, they're at 20 with food, so I'm going to stay back and threaten to block. Let's see how bold they are on attacks here. What they want to represent. No attacks. They're not going to represent anything. That's good for us. We can make food. We have 7 mana total. We can go... Can't really do a bunch of 2 spelling. But Lovestruck Beast could be good. I don't think... Maybe we bake this now before it gets out of hand. You just want a tree now? Alright. They know it's coming anyway. We could attack because they aren't showing tricks here, but they have a reasonable double block, so I'm going to pass still. I'm going to wait till we have Bacon to a Pie ready before we attack into possible doubles. Oppo is rummaging like a fool. Beast Adventure is not... It can't be instant. It's making a creature, so surely it's going to be a sorcery. And sure enough, yeah. So we'll do this. Now, we have technically 8 mana if we want it, or 7 if we don't want to use the Acolyte for mana. 7 mana here, we can do Lovestruck Beast... Heart's Desire, Lovestruck Beast, and Witch as a complete turn. We can also attack and see if they want to double block. I'm going to start sending in the 6/5 and try to get him on a 2-for-1 here. Maybe. I'm just going to take it. What I don't like about Heart's Desire and then hold is that it just telegraphs the bake. I'd rather even just make a Tempting Witch and hold up bake. I just want to telegraph. It's just so obvious when you Heart's Desire and then don't play the beast. So I'm going to play it safe and do this. And non-human creatures enter, so if they do something super scary with Grumgully, we can respond and bake it. We'll see. I guess we did have 5, huh? We could have done it all. I was forgetting about tapping the Acolyte. Do we care about this? It's a human, so it doesn't get bigger off Grumgully, and it doesn't even attack successfully through what we've got, so they can have that. At least for now. Maybe I'm being a little too defensive, too controlling, James. It's true. I'm gonna let it go. I still think they're gonna have to double block at some point, and then yeah, we could bake to use our mana, but I think we're gonna really get them at some point. They have to try and take out this this thing. Although maybe we could have baked this because now they have a clean block here. But now I just want to send in the 5/6 instead, or we could Tree Folk the Tree Folk. Yeah, they might sniff out the bake, but there comes a point where, what are you going to do about it? And then I like keeping this back. And we got there. This is what I wanted to have happen. This is what I was trying to be patient enough to make happen. And I think we're safe enough that we can even tap down our 5/6 to start the beast process. Maybe they sniffed it out, but just we're in a spot where they said, well, I can't beat the bacon to a pie. I got to play like they don't have it, you know? I think that's pretty bold for them to attack. I mean, I know they're ahead on life, but they do see what's coming, right? Oh, man. So many options now. Are we throwing food or eating it to draw? And I like crashing in with both the big stuff now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can go Beast and Savvy Hunter this turn, even with a double attack. Let's pile on some pressure. We get Beast, Hunter, and we can eat or draw here. I don't know if we're going to play around. I don't think we're so stable or so ahead that we're playing around a rare. And still no need to... I mean, if we want to use our... If we're interested in eating food, we could. We can chuck... They're at a virtual 6 with food chucking. Virtual 3 with an attack with the Hunter. Yeast, you're saying mana? I don't know what you mean. You just mean use it? Yeah, let's... I like throwing food here. Let's really turn the screws. And now we could send in the Hunter, potentially to be eaten, but then it gives us another food to throw. We can wait on that. Let's send in the big one still. And then we have a Tree Folk of our... another big Tree Folk to play. But I'll save back the Hunter. This all looks fine if they don't have... If this isn't a combat trick, I love what this does for us. We want that to die first if given the choice. We're in a decent spot, folks. Decent spot. All right, really happy to be at 4 wins. We're above 50-50 no matter what now. Jump right back in. More swamps than we'd like to see in general, but we'll keep this. I guess I'll lead with swamps on the possibility of a foreboding fruit on 3. Don't think that's where we're going to be, though. There's a spooter that we kind of wanted, but didn't end up with. And we'll ramp rather than witch. Wicked man. I think we want to hold up bake, so just drop a witch. If offered, might take Guardian for Acolyte. In a sense, we have 4 copies of Bake into a Pie this game. I'm just trying to decide if we want to use the mana to eat food. But I'm going to say no. We're just going to start using our bake... Like, we'll bake the Guardian into a pie next turn. Let's do that right now. My plan here is to grind them out. Bake, bake. Once in future, bake, bake. Seems like tough to beat. Could get the Acolyte back. Do that. See what they want to do from here. No Forever Young yet. Three, 2. That's annoying. But I think we need to probably chump the witch on the tree folk next turn, because we're going to use next turn to get the bake back. The bakes back. Yeah, and we do need to eat. I'm going to say no block, and we'll counter it with an eat. No, I don't want to throw east. I think we're under enough pressure that I want to play the long game and just stabilize. But we do get to witch with once in future up. I chose not to chump. Because I want to chump the tree folk. Although now maybe I won't and will just try and eat the tracker if they send both. I think we're close enough to stable. We don't know what these cards are, and there could be something devastating that just wrecks us here, but they went pretty low in hand, so I don't expect them necessarily to have a bunch of action. And this is a 1-for-1, and we're going to kill the tree folk next turn. So we're going to go low. Savvy Hunter, solid. So here we go. Oh yeah, we're featuring on their turn for sure, and we're gonna get back double removal. If we draw land, we'll just fire them both off, frankly. No luck on that front, but we're definitely starting on the dead tree folk. And I kind of just like making a 5/5. We could eat food instead, but we're gonna... I want to make him nervous about sending him with that hunter. Yeah, having done a lot of UI work... Ooh! Where's Hat? Got a block here. Maybe they have a trick or whatever, but I don't see what we do other than that. I wonder why do they really want that food? It's kind of weird. Worst part is the 4/5 flyer we're about to face. I think we just attack here. Yeah, maybe we draw. But we're not... I'm not doing anything with the witch here, I don't think, this turn. So I'll attack. And let's let it... I'm worried... We might need to use this for life, given the Reaper. But I'm going to draw at least once. Because we have a downfall, epic downfall that could get the Reaper. Ah, outmuscle. That'll do, that'll do. We can outmuscle on the beast. Yeah, we can also keep the Reaper down. That's a good point, but I think I like just killing it here. Bring on your Reaper. We have an answer. Still don't feel the need to eat the food yet, though, East. We could. But we're going to get more food here. We have a lot of mana is also the thing. I'm going to wait, and we can decide. With all that mana. Almost could put this on the hunter, which would be better, of course, but we can't. So we'll go like this and like this. That outmuscle was a tough pick in the draft. We had Beanstalk Giant number 2 or outmuscle. Both would have been solid there, but sure glad to have the outmuscle in that spot. And plenty of time for the witch to chuck stuff for, so for now she's just gonna whack him with her walking stick or whatever. Let's go ahead and draw. Yeah. Make more food. Draw, draw, draw. We can wait on the next draw. I mean, I guess there's some 2-drops in our deck, but I don't think... I'm gonna... Yeah, this is interesting. Do we draw... Do you want to draw now? Yeah, there's 2 drops in our deck. Let's do it. Razor wants to hold. Well, there's 2 drops. Like we would play 2 drops that we have in our deck. Like, so let's see, we have Forever Young, Curious Pair, Garen Griggs Squire, and we'd play all of those. So I think it's worth doing if we think we're gonna draw anyway. And there's something to cast, and do we want anything here back, though? Witch Acolyte? I guess we take a Witch. I don't think we want that Acolyte, though, but I'll take a Witch. I'm being pretty aggro here. They're down to 1 card. I think they're just top decking, so I'm trying to get them on that. That's nice. Might have to eat some food here, given revenge. Still attacking with the Savvy Hunter. It ticks our life down, but they do take net damage, and the food is super valuable for us. Now I'm not sure about drawing a card just because of making sure we stay above the Ravens. But I think we can draw once more. I'm down for drawing once more. Which maybe means I should have done that before playing the Witch, but here we are. Yeah, I guess I should have drawn before attacking, huh? Well, I'm going to move all in on the Hunter. And... man, if they have bacon to a pie, that's rough, but I think they would have used it already. Yeah, bad sequencing from me. That's a nice pickup for them. It is mighty, but we do have a nice Lovestruck Beast, and maybe we'll find another Tree Folk get super big. Ah, Witch Stalker giving us some more food. That's cool. Yeah, I could have eaten there, I suppose. Maybe should have, but we're going to play a lot of stuff here. I'm not really worried about them getting through with their Troll King next turn with this board. So I'm going to tap out at 4 and presume this is going to be enough of a defense to make it to the next turn. Yes, Troll has Trample. I am aware. Flaxen Intruder, all right. A lot of land coming now, but not flooding, just it's the stage of the game we're in. Yeah, now it's a bit awkward. I'm going to sandbag a land in hand, though, and we'll pass from here. Kind of need like a epic downfall to force them to use their food to reanimate the king. We have so much mana east, I'm not concerned about eating proactively. We can eat in response to a dangerous situation. Oh, epic downfall exiles, right? I forgot that. That'd be great. That's really what we want here. 15 cards left in library to exile that thing out of existence would be great. Maybe we'll get another Forever Young and start trading off Tree Folk because we can get it back. Great. I'm gonna do this and this. I don't think they're like, I guess if they have eat food 5/5, it's still, we still kill it. So yeah, even with 5/5, I like this block because it survives. It does what we want, even if they come up with the +5/+5. Although at 13, yeah, we still even survive on trample. So I'm going to block like this. But we're at a virtual 10, so we're not actually that low on life. Interesting that they let us keep the attacker and they killed the defender. Effective defender. I think that's pretty good for us. We need some help, but... And forest isn't it. But we still have good blocks, right? We still have a virtual life total I'm happy with, so we'll keep passing. See you, Travis. Thanks for hanging. I'm still not comfortable enough to draw, though. I think we're okay, but I want to keep this life buffer. Especially seeing that they're still interested in doing this kind of thing. They didn't have a trick last time. I think we got a double block again. As long as we end up with one of these left over, we're in fine shape against their board. And we have the Forever Youngs waiting for us somewhere here. Like, how many Forever Youngs left? We have one Forever Young left that will now be very good. Yeah, that's reasonable. Worrying about the +5/+5, but they didn't have it last time, and I didn't give them credit for top decking it. Squire, not amazing, but we'll play it. At least it trades with a bear. They have 18 to our 13, but we have a Forever Young lurking. Did we use our... We already used... Oh, no, we did. We also have Once in Future. So, it's unlikely that we're going to lose to decking. They might be getting the troll back, though. Part of their aggression with the troll may be that they're just eventually going to get it back and recast it, so that would suck. But we want to find our epic downfall. Not this game, I don't think. Oh, Exiles. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I looked. I thought we did. And then I'm like... But it's not in my graveyard, so we don't have Once in Future, but we do have one more Forever Young. Yeah, no, we have 3 Forever Youngs. And more Tree Folk. Let's see, what can we make big and scary here? If we make this into a 7/7, what does that do for us? 7/7 has a big monster trade, whereas if we send in the Witch Stalker as a 6/6, they trade 2 bears for that. Still probably worth it, though. Just, but if we're counting on Forever Young, let's see, if we send in the Hunter, are we ready to trade 2 bears for a Hunter? I don't know. I kind of like the Savvy Hunter sitting there lording over the battlefield. Yeah, double Ravens is a big issue. Man, East really wants me to draw cards at 4 life. I am not super comfortable with that. Well, we can put it on the Hunter or the Stalker, though. Stalker gets a similar trade. Y'all want to do the Hunter? Trouble with the Hunter at 5 deals with the Spider, though. I'm going to go on the Stalker. Yeah, I like the Hunter where he is. Let's spread it around a bit. And if they choose not to block, that's okay too. But I think I am going to eat it, is what I'm saying. Yeah, double Ravens is rough to the point that we may need to hope they attack us just so we can get enough. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3 creatures in the yard, presumably 4 incoming. All right, we've got 6 total damage to throw around. I think we take out Intruder and Bear over the Spider, although the Spider's really annoying. But I think we just want to clear out the most number of creatures here. I have a feeling this is going to end up involving Forever Young on their part, though. That's a little awkward. Yeah, RK, I actually don't like our position here. I think we're probably going to lose just because of what I expect Oppo's deck to contain. We still have just so much mana that I'm not concerned about eating the food immediately. $11 cards left. But now we got to sit back unless we can go to 8, but then what does an attack get us? They put Spider and Bear on Tree Folk, and we only get one of the 2. That's not really worth it. But it might be if we want to, when we get our Forever Young and want to restock. So, but for now, we're going to say, we can even send in the Hunter now, I suppose. But we just end up forcing ourselves to eat food. So I'm going to say no attacks. Maybe they'll get aggressive, but they're probably just trying to grind us out now. I just really expect the Forever Young from Oppo that kind of closes this out, makes it really tough for us to win. 1 Forever Young and we can practically scoop. Like, look at what they got in their graveyard for a Forever Young. We would not be able to beat that. But I've had green-black decks that just didn't find a Forever Young, so maybe they don't have one. It's possible. There's ours. The other thing we can be a little bit worried about is the possibility of a Reaper pitching our hand. No Return to Natures. That would be super nice, wouldn't it? I'm going to be patient with this too. It's kind of like our only hope, I think, is that they don't have a Forever Young of their own and that we do a pretty good Forever Younging of ourselves. They've got 14 to our 10, so we really need to beat that. Let's see what they do with this Scry. Bottom, decent. Yeah, we could draw from... If they played a Reaper, we would have to draw and then try and grind them out with a Library. But looks like that's not happened here. Now we can just hold land and we're protected against that. And I'm kind of want them to send in the Prophet here and give us trades so that we can do a more stacked Forever Young. Might just block with the hunter, make food, and be able to get the hunter back. Yeah, AVB, I believe that Return to Nature is a fine main deckable card in this format. Very few opponents don't offer you something to hit with it. You just got to be wary of going after something that sacrifices and letting them get that sack value. Yep, Holy Taint it is for the same reasons. You don't get why I don't eat now while you're not worried about carrying a... Well, I mean, because we have 12. There is a world in which we just chuck the food to win. But I also feel like it's possible that it comes to decking to the point that it's not even about the food anymore. I don't know. Just feels like we have so much mana. We can do it whenever we want. Is there still fruit? There might still be foreboding fruit. Yeah, foreboding fruit is still in the deck. In our 8-card library, we have Epic Downfall, Curious Pear, Foreboding Fruit, Reaper of Night, 2 Reapers of Night, and Beanstalk Giant. And 2 land. Two Reapers is nice, but maybe it means we have to, like, Epic Downfall the Spider so that our big flyers can get in to close out. But this is tough to beat right here. Yeah, 13/13 seems good, but if it doesn't fly, it just gets chumped as we slowly lose life to Revenge. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I still don't feel the need to eat food. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 7. Well, this is where East's request to eat food affects a little bit, because we can't reap their hand and cast it, but I think we'll rip their hand apart a bit and then hold. Not a surprise there that they were holding that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, we can do this and still eat some food, so I'll do it. Although this Forever Young is now dangerous because of their own possible Reapers. Yes, I acknowledge that. Little risky, little risky. If we need to, we can draw. Actually, go no attacks. Can I? Yeah, I probably didn't want to play the land there. You're right. That was just a bad habit. Like, or my unconscious heuristic of only hold one land played itself out without me thinking through possible Reapers back. Ginger Brute. What a humiliating way to go. All right, we'll eat here. They got 11 cards. That's a lot of turns to fade. A lot of nothing we're drawing. I can not fall for that heuristic thing again. 1, 2, 3. Only 4 creatures to put on top if we do that right now. Taking us to not enough even to overcome, because we'd be forced to draw as well. Ten more what? Yeah, this doesn't look good for us. Yeah, but it doesn't matter if they don't die. Like, we need the creatures to die. And Oppo's not cooperating on that front. All right, it is net 1 life. It's minus cards though. If I played this thinking my stupid heuristic of 2 lands, go ahead and play 1 keeps biting me. I got to overcome that. Do the right things there. Yeah, Holy Taint. It's. I mean, you get these heuristics in your brain, and that they are hard to not autopilot. I mean, you need to autopilot a bit in Magic, or you're just screwed, right? So, autopilot brain. Yeah, we could attack for food and a trade, but I think they just take it at this point. But I guess they, yeah, maybe we do. Fruit them. What do you mean fruit them? How do we get life? Oh. Like, make them draw? Maybe that's how we get them underneath us. But I think we'll save that for later. I mean, we might make them draw eventually, but just not yet. All right, I think we do, in fact. I'm going to eat some food. Send the hunter, make more food, hope they kill it. They might just put the spider on it, though. But maybe they'll say, look, let's kill this thing so it can't get them this repeat food source. We really just want extra creatures in the yard. And then we have a possibility of winning with Forever Young, loading back up our deck, and Foreboding Fruit on them, reducing their deck. So at this point, I don't think we can deal enough damage, given the double revenge. So we are playing the deck. And this is, I think, the best ploy to try and do that. Yeah, they're just interesting. They really don't want us to Forever Young ahead on library. But we'll take that. I think they sniff out our Forever Young and are just kind of making sure we don't lose to that. Maybe this will convince them that they can alpha and we can trade off some creatures. Oppo doing alpha math, maybe? I don't know. Doesn't seem like they have alpha or anything. Some more fruit, more food at least. I don't even know if that matters. Ah, that matters now. Yeah, sure. They might have it here. Math is for blockers, but sometimes math isn't even for blockers. You just do your best block and hope for the best. Let's see. We've got... Gotta put... Are we just dead? We gotta put a lot of... Well, let's see. Maybe not. We go like this. Like this. Like this. Like this. And then do we have anything left in the tank? We got 5. That's too much damage, right? Yeah, I know. I was just seeing... I know about the trample. I was just seeing how this lined up. I don't know if we have an out. I guess we have to take that and do like this. And then we get... that's still deader. I think they just have us here. Anybody see something I'm missing? I think we're just dead. Oppo did the math, worked it out, and came up with a line. Good job, Oppo. No, I couldn't find a way to go to 1. If you saw a way to go, I didn't. Interesting game. Didn't work out the way we wanted, but interesting game at least. I think we could have withstood the brute. We had more food to make there. I think we could have kept our life total up against brute long enough, yeah. Yeah, but East, come on, that was not our win con, right? Like, you're reverse engineering how we could have not lost, but it was totally not our plan. Like, the only way we to do that play is to give up the game anyway. Because our only out was to play to the mill. Even I might not be greedy enough for this. Ugh. Grody. Gotta keep this and hope, but I don't love our situation. I can't go to 5. I'd rather take my chances here on finding something. Yep, keep 6 and put one of the youngs on the bottom. Cross our fingers. This doesn't look good, but I'm not going to 5. You did. Great play, Move. I don't know how you would like your name pronounced. I'll call you Move for now, but we were tipping the cap to your savvy play there to close it out with the Alpha Strike. Couldn't quite get there. Our only hope was to try and... we did have a Forever Young in hand, and our only play was to... We had our own Foreboding Fruit and a Forever Young. And so our only game plan there was to use fruit to withstand your Ginger Brute long enough to Forever Young and Foreboding Fruit you so that you milled first. Did you have a Forever Young in your deck or anything? That was our big question. Like, is this all fruit? Is this all moot because Oppo has a Forever Young anyway? But that was our plan. Yeah, our only plan was to take the lead in the deck damage and close it out that way. All right, we did find a swamp. We're going to go ahead and Forever Young to cycle here. Cycle a Forever Young into a Forever Young. Oops, let's go ahead and attack. You got this, Atlas. Blah. Another cycle looking for land, and then we get to Curious Pair some food regardless. All right. I don't know what kind of pie Golden Ginger makes, but we're gonna find out. Let's just get it right now. Oh, I guess we don't get food over. Oh no, they have to tap, right? So they don't even get the. They don't get to eat their own brute before we do. Yeah, you gotta love punishing oppos for that kind of stuff. They got a lot of cards in hand. We're gonna wait on the Reaper. We'll go Hunter, Pair, and we can even draw a card. Could Tree Folk here and still be able to attack, though. That's kind of interesting. Maybe we just do that. Keep attacking. What did I make an awful noise? Sorry if I made an awful noise. Tree Folk Pump seems good here. Let's just keep attacking. Ah, at least it wasn't my noise. You said into the mic, so I thought that meant it was coming from my mouth. No land. We still have Pair and Hunter. Good Hunter seeking land for next turn. I think we give them one more turn and then we Reaper the rest of their hand. I'm going to wait on fruit till we get some food out of it. Let's go ahead and Hunter and draw. Well, right on move. Thanks a lot. Good game. Good luck with your run, too. Thinking about sending in Squire and trading for the carriage. But if they just take it, they crack back pretty hard. Maybe I'll stay back on D there, and we'll Hunter and Pair. Oh, actually, I forgot about that. Yeah, sure. I knew that. I knew that the Curious Pair would make our Squire able to attack in. It was my plan all along, because I play this Squire in all of my decks. Giving up a mouse means they have to play something if they want to attack with the carriage. If they do, we have to decide whether we're giving up the Hunter for it. Probably not, given that we have Tree Folk coming. Flutterfox is going to be another annoying flyer that we have a tough time with here. In a bit of a race. Woof. Cards or food? Cards or life? I think we need life here against these flyers. So I'm not going to draw. Carriage incoming. I'm going to chump the pair here. Yeah, I'm going to Reaper, and then we strip their hand. We don't die to the next attack unless they get something amazing off the top. And then we can still try and rebuild from there. I think I am going to go for the rest of their hand. And no attacks. Happily trading here. Hoping they didn't find some... Ooh, they found something rough. What did they top deck? Oh, come on. Really? Yeah, I thought we had that last game, and I thought we were going to stabilize here. We didn't. Well, good to see White doing something in the format, at least, but that was quite the top deck from Oppo. Just about anything else, and we get to stabilize there. So happy to get to 4-1 and be above 50%, but then we just lost the next two. Oh well. Gonna claim this prize.